Greetings and welcome to the energy of Virgo. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. Uh, the Order of the Twin Sun brings forward the Great Mirror, and the Great Mirror essentially is a tool devised in order to see particular karmas that may be affluential or influential for the parties involved. That is the energy of Virgo, and usually the opposite of that, okay? And what we can learn through the opposite, usually of the significant other, that the energy of Virgo brings forth uh, usually indicates someone who comes from the realm of mystery, a mythical creature who has the power to abstract or to collate reality in such a way that it becomes illusory. In this, there's the power to understand them through the lens from Virgo into the lens of Pisces and the surrounding houses, okay, which incorporate and inhabit the energy of the 11th house and the first, okay? So these are strange birds indeed, unorthodox, and perhaps that is one of the things that why Virgo attracts such an individual. Usually it's to understand a mystery or to understand the future through faith, okay, through some form of faith, okay? And there's a practical way for Virgo to apply the element of perfection through futurisms, okay? And you know that could be as vague or as specific as you would like for it to be, but there we have it for now. Let's move into the main reading, and also I'll pull a few cards for the general resonance of karma when it comes to the month of May 2022. Forgiveness for any delays with the delivery of this message as well as other content. I have been quite busy with travels as well as ventures in terms of business, but we shall go ahead and get into this reading. Okay, this is a union of disunion type of reading. There's an element of guilt, or perhaps there's an element of understanding after the fact, okay? After the fact of what? There also is an element of fear or fear of a destructive quality that emanates from the opposite side of Virgo. Someone you're dealing with here promotes the idea of cyclical fear, or something it's cyclical fear, something that promotes that degree of understanding. Okay, because it moves from the Tower into the Star card. Something here of fate that is inevitable. Okay, when it comes to this, okay, this is very heavy on their end. I think you have more of a peace of mind of this. I think you are also moving away from something. This is a very strong indication of a needing of a guilt that there needs to be some sort of forgiveness, but already you've departed or moved on in some way, shape, or form. What you've been searching for is an element of rest or an element of peace, okay? And this peace of mind, it comes at the point where you're sacrificing another in order to find it, Virgo. And it's something also where you have worked hard enough on the connection. You've worked hard enough in a certain way that rigidity has formed between two parties, okay? That it is crystallized in a certain way where there's a strong, just like having two strong colonies or two strong kingdoms that are not in harmony. Okay, I mean, they may interrelate in some way, shape, or form. They may commerce, they may communicate, but then there still are walls up. There still are boundaries up. And I think you are tempted to do something, but then each time you do, it's like going into the past and leaving the future, or leaving the future to go into the past, or leaving the past to go into the future. I mean, you have to make a choice. If this is resonating for you, there's something about your quest for the unattainable, okay? Your need for the unattainable that that you hold for yourself. But then when you have it, it's already something that you want to give to others in the past. Okay, this has to do with the message of love, the message of unconditional ways of satisfaction, of finding a way to no longer be thirsty. Okay, when it comes to the desert of existence, this person has that capacity. At least they want to have the capacity, but the thing is that you're both holding cups. You're both holding something that will hold something. At the same time, one person is more concerned with letting that go. The other is concerned with taking it and moving away with it into the future and leaving the other person behind. Something like this. So it's extremely dramatic, whatever this is. There is some slow Taurian capacity here that I don't really like, because Taurus is afflicted as far as I'm concerned in this season of Taurus. So Tauruses are having a very difficult time right now, but what is indicated through the Knight of Pentacles, at least, is a very slow and methodical and perhaps stagnant energy that needs to be understood in terms of its own capacities for moving. The horse is definitely thirsty, though, and there needs to be a river that runs through it, the situation. This type of connection, it spins on the axis of Cancer and Capricorn as well. That is usually indicating a lot when it comes to the shortcomings of nurture, of the ability to nurture between two people at the same time. It has to do with independence and glory when it comes to the patience that can be had and learned through Jupiter, okay, which has its exaltation here. So let's see what's going on in terms of karma. Okay. As above and below. Okay. Cancer is indicated here again, and Capricorn once again. Okay. The lessons that can be learned through this, my dear Virgo, have to do with the 4th and the 10th house, okay? Home and anything that is not home, the inner world and the outer world, okay? And when it comes to this, there needs to be an understanding of the intensity that occurs here when it comes to relapse, okay? Coming back to a situation, but at the same time, moving forward and finding an element of what is needed in terms of reality. Okay, relapse and reality. Relapse usually occurs when a challenge is found. Responsibilities when it comes to anything else, like in terms of an emotional sustenance, is disregarded in order to meet the challenge and scale the mountain, okay? In order to find salt on the top, but then go back down for the river of a mountain, okay, when it comes to such an analogy. Okay. At the same time, what can be learned from this is a truth that comes around goals, okay, or challenges or goals, okay. So if you're looking to the future, you can find it. There's something about you that can go and do this, my dear Virgo, and do so in the most practical of ways. And that is something that you are beholden to, an element of attaining excellence or perfection. Resounds within the energy of the sixth house. Also, it is the house of obstacles and challenges and enemies at the same time. So, what is trying to be said here is that what can emerge from this is an element of healing if you choose to do it. If you choose to do it. If this person has slighted you or something has happened where their whole world has become detonated or reconstructed or misinformed or maligned in some sort of way, has become monstrous, they have to deal with that on their own. And they should not be promoting fear to you or fear to anyone else or to themselves even. This promotion of fear is not necessarily a good thing. They have thought way too much about the wrong things. At the same time, there's something about how they feel and what they want to do in terms of forgiveness that is forever wrapped in the shroud of mystery that they can't even understand themselves. They wouldn't understand why they would want to. So there is a mystery behind this person that I can't really understand. Something about their world has shifted, or perhaps they have become humbled in some sort of way. And there's something that needs to be communicated, okay? Something that revolves around clear sight when it comes to the balancing of two different realities that they are dealing with. Some form of information, some strike of lightning has given them the energy in order to do something, but what may emerge from this is essentially stagnation, some sort of halting of energy. So not the best of readings, but it is interesting to say the least. And if you're dealing with this type of situation, I would recommend, or the cards are recommending for you, to essentially stand true to your ideals, to also communicate with others, especially those who would be grounding in some sort of way, that would be objective in seeing worldly perspectives as well as the easy way out, okay? There's something about the energy of Taurus and the stellium of Taurus and the eclipse season that is going to highlight the dragon's head. And in this way of light, something can come out of chaos, okay? And usually this informs either Saturn or Pluto transformations in retrograde that need to come forward. And that is what I'm seeing, okay? Bye-bye.